What is going on, guys? It's KMX, and this gameplay you guys are about to see is me and my friend Hunter. We hopped on a game of Demolition inside of Nuketown. We did pretty good. We wasn't really going all that hard, but it's just a good video to see. I hope you guys like the gameplay, and I'm gonna get right into it. Basically, this video is gonna be on bad, mean, asshole teachers, whichever way you guys want to see it or call it, however y'all want to say. But I had a lot of them, and I'm gonna point out like the main ones that like gave me a shit, and the ones like that just were the biggest assholes. It all started in kindergarten. My first kindergarten teacher. How can a kindergarten teacher be an asshole? I'll tell you how right now. So, I don't know, it's probably like my third week in that school, maybe my second week, and I told the teacher like, "Hey, miss, I need to use the bathroom," and she says to me, she says, "You need to wait." And I said, "No, miss, like I really have to go." She was like, "You're just gonna have to wait a little bit." And we're playing Ring Around the Rosie. It's a kindergarten class, and I cannot hold it. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I am letting loose. I am not taking this. It's not healthy. So I just pee. I pee right on myself, and I pissed a shit ton. And there's students that are playing Ring Around the Rosie. They're like jumping in a circle. I'm standing there pissing, and they're like jumping all inside of my piss, having fun. And one of the kids notices, like, I guess she slipped a little bit or she smelled it. She was like, "Ew, somebody peed." And like it was obvious it was me. Like the piss was coming from me and my pants were soaking wet. Now this bitch put me in the corner. She put me in timeout for peeing on myself, and she made me wait to the end of the day for my mom to pick me up. That is why she was an asshole. That was my first asshole teacher, and this is where it all starts. Now, my next asshole teacher was a second grade teacher. Biggest dick in the world. He was really fucking selfish, and he was disgusting. He used to spit all over the place. Every word he said, he used to spit. He was like a fucking 2-year-old. He used to spit all over the place when he spoke. He couldn't write properly. Like, he wrote like he was writing with his left foot. It was just horrible. I could never read it. He used to always get mad because I didn't copy the notes, but it's like I didn't understand it. Anyways, he was a dick. Main reason was because one day I was in class and it was around Father's Day, and I made my dad like we was doing the Father's Day thing. I had a nice card for him, decoration. I did all this work, and I was really proud of it. Like I was so excited to give it to him. He lived far away, so I was gonna mail it to him, and I didn't see him much, so it meant a lot to me. Now, the teacher, he said something to me. I'm not gonna really mention any of the teachers' name, by the way. He said something to me, but I didn't hear him, so he got upset, and he's walking towards me. He starts screaming at me, and I'm like, whoa, what is going on? What the fuck did I do? I'm just finishing my dad's thing, and he comes over and he grabs my little card from my dad with not even in a polite way. He did it angry as shit. He crumbles it, and I'm looking at him like, if you fucking hurt that letter anymore, I will fucking kill you. That is my dad's. And this bitch rips it up and fucking throws it in a garbage can. I cried like a little bitch. I'm not even gonna lie, I cried like a little bitch. I cried until I got home. I told my mom about it. She came to the school, made a huge fuss. I ended up making it like, I made it seem like I couldn't make another one. That's how dramatic I was being over it. But it just, I was in second grade. Come on, you did not have to be an asshole. Then it came to I had my fifth grade teacher that's still in an elementary school. She wasn't that much of an asshole, but just I didn't like her all that much. She was like the fat slobby teacher that like she used to slouch in her chair and like take an hour to say each sentence because she was taking like a huge fucking breath, like a huge deep breath between every sentence. And just she was just disgusting, and she used to always tell us like how we were gonna get beat up in middle school and like try to scare us and say how when we get to middle school that all the kids there are gonna be looking out for us and they're not gonna treat us nice and they're gonna hurt us. And she was just a dick. When we got to middle school, like that's when I noticed like she was just trying to scare us because she's an asshole. Then we got to my seventh grade. Seventh grade, I had a teacher. She was like really old. She looked like a witch. She was old, wrinkly as hell, short, hunchback, and a long ass nose. But one day, like we had one of those classes. My 7th grade class was like the class that every bad student in our school was in that class. Like no teacher wanted to teach that class. That's how bad it was. So we was in there, and her room specifically, it got really dark in there. There was like two shades, and when they were pulled down, it was like no light was coming through. Also, it was in the winter, so it was kind of early when we had her, so it was already a little dark. So she, oh, some kid turns off the lights and the shades are closed, and somebody chucks a huge fucking textbook like right at the back of her head, and it smacks, and you hear it like you knew they threw that book full force at that lady, and I felt so bad, and I asked her like if she was okay, and she started screaming. Now, I this is why she's an asshole for this very reason. She fucking blamed me and one other student, and we were sitting in front of her. We were the only two students sitting in front of her, and she blamed us and hit her in the back of the head. And she tried getting us suspended, like she made a huge big thing. And I was like, lady, what the fuck? I was the only kid that asked you if you was okay. Everybody else was laughing. You're gonna blame me? So, like, she tried to get us in trouble, but they couldn't figure out who really threw the book. And till this day, nobody knows who threw the book. So, sorry. So, that's why she was an asshole. She tried getting me and my friends suspended when, like, we was literally nowhere near hurting her. Then I had a teacher, and my next asshole teachers, there was actually two of them. They were high school teachers. One, he was an asshole because I had a social studies class, and I was just passing this class, and I had to do this last RSG in order to pass. So I did it, but my friend, his copy got messed up. And so I was like, here, you know what, just go get another copy and copy mine. And this was the last day to turn it in. So he was like, okay, thanks. I gave him my copy. He was copying in his class so we can both pass. And his teacher ends up catching him copying my paper. And his teacher tells him, he says, hey, if you give me the papers, I'll give the paper to the student, and neither of you will get in trouble. But no, he will get in trouble, but not me. And if he doesn't, my teacher's gonna take it from him, and I'm gonna get in trouble, and he's gonna get in trouble. That's what he was told. So my friend was like, here, you know what, here, take the papers. I don't want to get both of us in trouble. Let me, like, I'm gonna get the points, he's gonna fail. And that's how it's supposed to go. This teacher fucking took it to our teacher that gave us that work. And I ended up getting summer school because of that. Like, literally, that was the last paper I had to hand in. I did it. I was being nice to a friend because his got messed up. And I had summer school because a teacher was an asshole and he lied. So, that, ever since that day, like, I hated this teacher with a passion because that was the first time I got summer school for this school. And I was just pissed off. It was my high school year. I wanted to enjoy my summer, but I couldn't. Then, the next teacher. Oh man, I can go on a rant about this guy, but I'ma just, oh man. So basically, he was a social studies teacher, and he was the biggest dick anybody can ever encounter. The first time I ever met this guy, he was a substitute of my Spanish class, and there was these two girls. They sat in front of me, right, and they were eating lollipops, but they left the lollipop sticks all over the floor. And right, I sat in the back of the class. I always sit in the back of the class. I'm more comfortable in the back. So he tells me as I'm leaving, they're gone. As I'm leaving, he says, hey sir, can you pick up your lollipop sticks? And at the time, I'm not an asshole. I respect the teachers. I said, okay, but they're not my lollipop sticks. And he says, I asked you to pick up your lollipop sticks. And I'm like, okay, this guy's like obviously a fucking idiot. So he looks at me and he says, sir. And I'm like, I just told you I'll pick them up, but they're not my lollipop sticks. This fucking guy, he looks at me, he says, so you're not gonna pick them up? I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna fucking pick them up because you're pissing me off. And he was like, oh, profanity, huh? So I leave the classroom, and he was just, you could tell he was a dick. He had a whistle, and he's not a gym teacher. He had a whistle. Let me put it to you, if anybody is a teacher, and they're not a gym teacher, and they have a fucking whistle, you're an asshole. Sorry to break the news to you, you're just an asshole. So he comes to my next period class like 10 minutes in, and I see the deans like on both sides of him, and he's pointing at me with that whistle half inside his mouth, like half hanging out, and he's like, I could see his lips says that's him, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So the deans come up to me, they're like, hey, so we heard you was using profanity towards a teacher, and I'm like, this guy's an idiot. Like, what do you like? I didn't say anything wrong. He was just being annoying. I tried to explain the situation to them. They understood, but this guy would not give up until I was out that school. He wanted to kick me out the fucking school over lollipop sticks. So eventually I ended up getting suspended because of that. Because of fucking lollipop sticks. Like, it was just it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Ever got suspended over. That was the dumbest thing. Now, I ended up having him senior year as a teacher, and I'm pretty sure he was a dick to me because of the situation. Now, I'm in class, and every day I used to walk into that class, he used to say, failures to the back of the class. Any kid failing? To the back of the class. And like, he knew I sat in the back, so it used to piss me off every day, and one day I just was not in the mood, and I said something really nasty to him, and he got me kicked out of his class because he took it as a threat, and I had to go to summer school. I'm graduating late because of this teacher. And he was just awful. He was the biggest dick ever. Oh man. So yeah, that is my experience with most of my asshole teachers, like the biggest ones of them. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, like, if you want to see some more videos like this one, subscribe, comment what you guys would like to see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Oh, last thing, if you guys want to see like a face cam or something, I'm thinking about it. Just let me know that too. That could be a possibility. So yeah, thank you guys for watching again. I'll see you guys in the next video.